Hello and welcome to SIBO Volatility 411. My name is Dan Deming and I'm a KKM Financial. Well, we're seeing volatility expectations continuing to shift lower post-expiration as we did see the VIX go to a new 13-month low intraday of 1880, currently holding right around 1925. I do want to point out that when you look at the volatility measure of the Nasdaq, the VXN, we're seeing that holding off of the February lows. We're seeing a level of right around 2680 currently. I think this is partly due to the perceived risk of the Nasdaq constituents to a higher rate environment. So that's why we're seeing a little bit of dispersion between the measure of implied volatility between the SPX and the Nasdaq. Also, I want to point out the futures curve. We're seeing it basically shift lower across the entire curve. We're flattening a little bit today, but by and large, the general trend has been a steeper curve, and we are seeing those back month futures basically trading near or at all-time lows. And I want to point out the other factor I think playing into why we're seeing vol expectations shifting lower is that the single list volatility that the market was realizing a couple of months ago is slowly coming out of the market as well. We're just not seeing quite the volatility we did see in some of those single list names that were getting all the headlines just a month ago. VVIX, measure implied volatility in the VIX options, 110, trending lower, still holding up at the top end of the range. But again, when you have the premiums in the futures, even though they've come in some, those are still pretty sizable futures premiums. And I think that the market's accounting for that. The options players are accounting for the possibility that you could see that futures curve continuing to shift significantly. Also, activity, looking at April 30 calls, 48,000 have traded between either just outright buys or the 30-50 call spread went up 10,000 times. We're also seeing out of the money activity in the puts in April, May, and June. Now, when you move through today, I think certainly the eyes are on the Fed this week. There's a lot of Fed speak. We have a testimony going on currently that's influencing the vol structure, so keep an eye on that. And also the new infrastructure measures going into or coming into the theme as well. It's another factor, I think, playing into the volatility structure as you move through the week.